Do you want your child to handle stress without turning to drugs? The answer isn't just saying calm down, it's showing them how to cope. Today, we're talking about helping your child manage anxiety because healthy coping keeps them safe. Parents and caregivers are the first line of defense. Hi, I'm Aaron, and welcome back to Talk Before They Try, brought to you by the Kent County Health Department. This is episode 8, and if you haven't seen our first 7 episodes, pause here and check them out. We've covered important topics to help you teach your child skills to resist drug use while strengthening your relationship. Today, we're focusing on how you can help your child manage anxiety without drugs. Here's a great quote by Dan Millman. You don't have to control your thoughts, you just have to stop letting them control you. Let's take a moment to think back to when you were 12 or 13. When did you feel anxious? Maybe before a test or a big event? How did you handle it? Did you talk to someone or distract yourself? Did anyone help you cope? What did they do? Those moments shaped how you handle stress, and right now, you are helping your child learn to cope. Why do coping skills matter? Children learn by watching us handle stress. When parents model healthy coping, children are less likely to turn to drugs to manage anxiety. Here are 3 essential components to manage anxiety. Calm. Breathing techniques help children stay calm and grounded. Confidence. Confidence skills build their ability to handle stress. We can show confidence even when we don't feel it. Connection. Talking about feelings shows it's okay to ask for help. Anxiety hits teens hard with school, friends, and social media. Maybe you've seen your child shut down or get overwhelmed. Some young people turn to drugs, like marijuana, to relax. But that can actually make things worse. The good news? You can teach healthy coping today. Here are 3 ways to help your child manage anxiety. Number 1, model breathing techniques. Show them how to breathe slowly. Inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it together. Ask them how they feel. Number 2, use positive self-talk. Teach them to say, I'm nervous, but I can handle this. Model it yourself when you feel stress. Number 3, encourage connection. Say, I'm here when you need to talk. Show them it's okay to share feelings. Share a time that you felt anxious and how you coped. Tell them, just like sports or learning an instrument, the more you practice, the better you get at it, and the faster your body calms down. Now, we've got a question from a parent about anxiety. My child gets really anxious, and I'm worried they might try drugs to cope. How can I help? Great question. Show them healthy coping strategies like talking it out. Model these yourself. Let them know it's okay to feel anxious. With time, they'll build better habits. Now let's hear more from Matt Jahalki, a substance use disorder therapist from Pine Rest Christian Mental Health Services. He helps young people manage anxiety, and today, he's going to share some tricks with us. Matt, why are coping skills so important for preventing drug use?
Well, think about why kids begin using drugs. Remember, the most common reason that children and adolescents begin using drugs is because of depression and anxiety. And so, if they're lacking the coping skills to cope with that, they're at much higher risk to turn to drugs and alcohol.
What's one way parents can help their child manage anxiety at home?
Just because our children have grown to be adolescents does not mean that they learn any different. Be aware of your actions because your children are going to watch for that. children and adolescents are so perceptive. They watch everything. If home life is chaotic, then try bringing some peace of mind. It goes back to the consistency. Try to keep consistent with what you say to them, consistent with how you talk with them. Come back to the conversations and come back to talking about drugs and alcohol with them. I think that's really important to do. Talk with your child about anxiety, talk with them about depression, and do that fairly consistently, and that will give them a safe space to let you know how they're doing.
How can parents spot signs of anxiety in their young person?
Again, open lines of communication. Invite your child to confide in you. One of the largest symptoms of anxiety for children and adolescents is social anxiety. Be aware of your children's behaviors and actions if they're not talking with you much. If they isolate to their bedroom and they're not coming out for dinner, talk with them a little more, try to find out what's going on. If they're skipping a certain class in school, there could be something like bullying going on, or it could be because of a concern with the teacher or a peer, but talk with them and find out what's happening there. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. If they don't answer right away, or they don't want to give you an answer, or they don't know, come back again and ask again in a couple days.
What's a practical tip for parents to teach coping skills today?
Well, we talk a lot about coping skills, but I actually think coping skills are a dime a dozen. You really want your child to have some coping skills that are unique to them, really flow with their interest, and are really tied into what really pique their mind. Also, what I really encourage you to do is to have a really serious talk with your child or adolescent about their self-esteem. Every child or adolescent just deserves to have good self-esteem. And there's a lot of factors that will make kids struggle with self-esteem, but guilt and shame is something that a lot of people struggle with. Brene Brown is an expert in shame, and she says that shame corrodes the very part of us that believes we are capable of change. She says, unlike guilt, which is the feeling of doing something wrong, shame is the feeling of being something wrong. If you're at the point of being something wrong, you're going to be having a hard time. Finally, she says, shame is the intensely painful feeling that we are unworthy of love. And so if somebody is feeling that they're unworthy of love, it's going to be hard for them to accept your love. Keep some of that in mind, that if they're really struggling with some of the shame stuff, it's going to be hard to let you in. Having those coping skills available to get through a little bit, and then working if there's some deeper stuff there. If you're able to get that message through to your kids, you're on the right path. It's not rocket science. You don't have to know everything. It's just being a little persistent and consistent and talking with your kids about it. That's the basics that I would recommend.
Thanks so much for joining us again, Matt. Those tips will help us support our children and teach them how to cope with anxiety in a healthy way. In our next episode, we'll explore building social skills to resist peer pressure. If you're finding value in Talk Before They Try, join us for the rest of the series. And don't forget to like, Subscribe, share, and leave a comment about a time you helped your child manage stress. What worked? Please do us a favor. Answer a short survey to help us improve our future videos. The link is found in the description. Thanks for joining us for Talk Before They Try. And remember, parents are the first line of defense.